a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Miami Dolphins. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man open, that's Devontae Parker complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 38. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Tua sets up to pass it. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Johnson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down at 5. Here's Wilson to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down and 8. Now it's Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Handing it off to Brown. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. From the gun, he'll hand this off. But he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here's more on the return. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Johnson running left. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Ty Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. McCann's got it teed up. This is Jakeem Grant. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play fake for Gaskin. Now Tua. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Gaskin again on second down. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. Open target, here's Matthews. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They give to Johnson going right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He finds Matthews. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jordan Matthews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Tua, the final shot before half. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught at the 20. And he gets this all the way inside the Jets' 20 into the red zone. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Set to return it, here's Moore. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They go play action now. Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it second down. They'll run now with Gaskin, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Tua. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Sanders' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief there when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field to start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And Matthews over the middle with the grab. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jordan Matthews. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann. Up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. McCann's got it teed up. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Gaskin. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down throw complete downfield and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards that time. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The full start backs him up 5, first and 15. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on in man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles.
And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown.
Well, we saw Tua Tagovailoa hit on some big ones in his college days to Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy. That left arm, pretty underrated in terms of strength.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Moore now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Here's Wilson. He finds his target. It's Matthews. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Hey, let's face it. You can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On second down, Johnson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 18.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. On first down, Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 22 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Check 41. 61. Matchbox. Right. C6. The Twiz.
Wilson. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll get 34 yards there. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Michael Carter, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. All right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This ball is caught by Shaheen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Tua to throw. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time, and it's third down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And Matthews makes the grab. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. On the NFL scoreboard, fourth quarter now at Soldier Field. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Now Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 20, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jets, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else, in their sanity,